Hey guys, it's the Brownbag talking sports here again to talk some NFL news. This time around, I'll be talking about the Saints 2019-2020 schedule and just my general thoughts around it. I'm not doing predictions yet. Maybe in like the last week of preseason, I'll start doing my predictions, giving my thoughts on the teams. But even then, preseason it matters, but it really doesn't in the long run. It can go either way with preseason, but if I'm going to release a prediction video, it'll most likely be around that time. So stay tuned for that. But right now, I'm just going to give my general thoughts on what our season, like how hard our schedule is going to be, and just my general thoughts on it. So let's just get into it. Now, unless if you've been living under a rock for the past month or so, all of the NFL team schedule has been released. That includes the New Orleans Saints. And when I first took a glance at it, it didn't look pretty, guys. This is going to be a tough season for us. I doubt we're going 13-3 this season. Now, don't get me wrong. I think we can get into the playoffs still. We have a pretty solid team already, not even counting the draft because, just to be honest, I don't really pay much attention to the draft, so I'm not really informed on that. So, yeah, I'm not even going to count that, but free agency was a pretty nice time. Aside from some former New Orleans Saints leaving, well, Max Unger will always be a New Orleans Saint, but he's retired now, so yeah. With him and Mark Ingram leaving, we had to fill up their spaces, so we picked up Nick Easton to replace Max Unger's center position. We picked up Latavius Murray just to keep that dual threat with Kamara. But yeah, I don't think that this season is going to be a season where we miss the playoffs. I really doubt that. I think we have a tough team. We picked up Jared Cook, who's probably one of the most dominant tight ends in the league. It's great to have him. The tight ends haven't really been all that consistent. They haven't been flat out trash, just disappointing at worst and inconsistent at best. But yeah, I think we have a pretty tough team. I think we have a pretty tough team on our hands, but I don't see us winning the NFC again. I'd love to be wrong in this scenario, but the given the nature of our schedule, it's just I just don't see it happening right now. I just don't see it happening. But I do see, or at least I have hope, that we can get our third straight division win in a row. Because I was in a pretty somber mood when I saw our schedule. We were number one in the NFC last year. We got the number one seed last year, so I should have expected our next schedule to be hard, but for whatever reason, I didn't think that, so I was a little upset for a while. But I took a glance at the rest of the NFC South schedule, and they don't have a easy schedule either. Um, I'm gonna put the schedules up while I'm editing this, but and I could be wrong about this, but I know at least for one team, I know at least for one NFC South team that they have to play four straight divisional games just like us. That's gonna be amazing because even though it's gonna be a tough schedule for us, I'm glad that the rest of the NFC South is getting a tougher schedule as well. Barring any injuries, I think we can win the NFC South again. I really do. We just have that dominant of a team. We're not something to be messed with. We're still one of the top teams in the NFC East. We still have a talented team. We have a really talented head coach. Um, the defense, it's not as great as I'd like it to be, but the secondary is very inconsistent. The rushing defense last year was amazing, near perfect, so I'm glad for that. But I just feel like our secondary is lacking in some areas. I don't even know if I'd say that. It's just so inconsistent. Like there are games where we can. There are just games where we can make a big play, like Eli Apple making that touchdown saving play against Cam Newton. He intercepted the ball at the end of the half, so the Panthers couldn't get a score, and that really saved the momentum of the game. And I'm really grateful for that play. But other times we just look sloppy, and I don't know what it is. I don't want to be like fire the person who's running the secondary thing, but I mean, we need results over there because our rushing defense is really good. We have a really good offense. It's just the secondary is just so weak. It's just so weak at times. I just can't fathom it. But overall, I think we still have a really great team. Even though I don't think that we'll win the number 1 seed this year, I do think that we'll be in the top 3 at the very least. I don't think we're gonna be a wild card team. I mean, no shame to wild card teams, but I'd like to get in with at least the bye. I'd love to get that first round bye. Yeah, that would really help our team as a whole going into playoffs. But enough playoffs talking for now. The playoffs haven't even started yet. The season hasn't even started yet. So, and just on a quick note, I'm not trying to disrespect any other teams when I say that we have a great team. It's just I believe in our team. I just really believe in our team, just like you believe in your team, fellow NFC Southerners. So don't get salty when I think that we can win the division again. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk. I don't think that it's going to be easy. The NFC South rarely ever is, but I think we can do it. I think we can really win. I mean, barring any injuries, we just got to play hard and keep our heads in it. I mean, this is going to be a tough year, and it's going to either make us better for it or make us worse for it. This season will expose us for who we are either way. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on our schedule. My only real gripe with the scheduling, aside from the 4 straight divisional games, I don't know why the Rams game is so early. Like, I'd expect that to be like week 5, or maybe wait until it's like week 10. Like, the Saints and the Rams, at least in my opinion, have a little rivalry right now. I mean, especially right now, but we've been dueling for a while, and I think that game should have been either on the opening night or maybe a little later in the season to build the hype. Like, the rest of the schedule, I don't really have much of a problem with. I mean, aside from the 4 straight divisional games, even then, I don't really have much of a problem with it. I mean, it's going to be a tough road to try and get through those games, but entertainment-wise, I get it. I mean, the NFC South is by far one of the most entertaining divisions in the entire league. So, 4 straight weeks of NFC South divisional games, I can understand it. That's basically it. That's basically my thoughts. So, until next time, guys, Brownbag signing out.